He's going to be so upset.
Hey, my name is Anthony Garibay, and we are here with,
Officer Lori?
And Officer Hall.
which is our special guest today. So, Officer Hall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Hi.
What's up?
I see that, you're not new here, but, like, you've been, you new this year, I guess, for me, because it's my first year also.
So welcome to Ferris.
Thank you. So, what skills do you, like, specify in?
Ooh. I don't really have anything right now that I'm like specialized in. I'm kind of general, a little bit of everything, I guess.
So we are, like I said, yeah, I told him yesterday, we're in the business of safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I did bring some fun facts and some information to talk about today
That's
about law enforcement. So
Thank you. That's gonna add
I
some
guess
minutes
that's my
onto it.
specialty. I have fun facts.
Oh, yeah, he is very good on history knowledge on certain things.
Love history.
Okay, so yesterday, we talked about with Officer Armendariz. We talked about some officers have different things on their utility belt. So I would like to ask you, what's on yours?
So of course I got my trusty Glock. I have my handcuffs, my extra magazines or bullets, flashlight, a tourniquet, and a baton.
Oh, okay, yeah. She doesn't have the baton, right?
I do.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. What would you say, in your opinion, is community policing?
Anything that gets you involved with the community on a positive level, because a lot of times officers are dealing with people on their worst days, and that's what people associate with us is just bad times, right?
Yeah.
So anything we can do to get in the community and do good or get to know the people in our community, anything like that gets us involved.
Okay. What are the goals for a community? Like, what's the thing that you look to do in community policing?
We just want to get a better reputation out there, get people to know us. We're not just a uniform. We're people behind the badge. We're normal citizens that live in the community like everybody else. Some of us have kids that go to school here. We're just regular people, and that the community policing gives the community the opportunity to see that.
Yeah.
And that we're not always just writing tickets or getting on to people for not following the rules.
We're not the bad guys. It's
No.
it's what people associate us with because people
that's
they
what we
get
deal with,
yeah, because we do also get we get a bad name for something that for
like-
something an officer did, and like everybody views us as bad, but we're not all bad.
One person did one thing bad, but the rest of y'all
We suffer.
They just ignore the good things y'all done.
Right.
It's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I asked her once again, Officer Armendariz, yesterday. But could you tell me what you think about the see something, say something?
So I think it's great for schools to have because, like I talked about in a previous episode, I think we did it last year, there's a stigma that, if you say something, you're a snitch. And snitches get stitches and all that junk. But if you see something that shouldn't be going on, or if you hear about something that could possibly happen, it's your job, not as a student, but as a person, to speak up, say something, because you could be saving your own life, you could be saving your friends' lives, you could be, protecting others, protecting someone's property. It's just that's your duty as a human being to stop that if you can.
Mm-hmm.
And we need all the help we can get because we're not everywhere all the time. People keep things from us, keep secrets from us, and try to do things, on the sly to get away with it. And they might tell their friends or, might show you something and want you to keep it secret. But we need help to keep everybody safe.
And a lot of those times, if you don't say something, just depending on what that is, sometimes you can be implicated in whatever's going on because you witnessed it and didn't say anything.
Right. You're just as guilty as the person that that did the crime or
Yeah.
did whatever was bad. Because a lot of
You
times
kept
when
it
you
secret.
leave out information, you're just as guilty and you're associated with
Yeah.
that. So
Well, that's all the questions, but you mind if you say some of those fun facts you were talking
yeah.
about?
So did you know that there are over 800,000 sworn law enforcement officers serving in the United States? And
No.
80,000 of those are officers here in the state of Texas.
That's
Nice little fun fact. Do you know what the difference is in an SRO or school resource officer and like
School.
us? What's the difference between us and an SRO?
So we're school-based law enforcement.
it's
And
like y'all like specifically in the school, and the other one's like out and about.
Hey.
With all the
Okay.
crimes.
Points to you. Yeah. So SRO or school resource officer is an officer with a city police department, yet they kind of focus on the schools. Yet they can still be pulled away for something going on within the city.
Yeah.
You're still a city officer, but Ferris ISD Police Department, the schools have their own police department. That is us. We focus on the
So
schools.
these schools are our priority.
Now, we do back up the city if they need help. We help the city, they help us. We have a good working relationship, but y'all are our home base. We focus on the schools.
Let's go. I got a point.
Let's see. So there was a study done by the Department of Justice, which is a national organization, that found that over a 1 year time, only 20% of our nation's population had contact with police. So that means 80% of the population for our nation didn't come in contact with police at all.
That's not good.
No, that is good. That is
Oh,
good.
wait, yeah, no,
So
that is good.
80% of the people didn't have any type of contact with law enforcement, which means
Oh,
they didn't require,
yeah.
an officer. They weren't pulled over for whatever reason. So
I thought you meant like
the
they
other way
like
around, right?
something bad happened and they didn't call the police or something.
Right.
That,
No.
that sort of thing.
So, despite what you see on the news, that officers are giving people hard times, or people posting on Facebook, oh, there's an officer parked over here, be careful, watch out, he's writing speeding tickets.
Yeah.
80% of the population never even
Doesn't
chatted
even-
with an officer
Yeah.
that year. And half of that 20% that did make contact with officers, those were initiated by citizens. So something happened that they called for an officer, not that we started that contact.
Yeah.
Like we pulled you over. They called us, so they needed help. Another statistic from the Department of Justice says that police only use force 2% of the time with civilians. So out of that 20% of the time that people make contact with police, only 2% of the time force is used. So no matter what you see on the news, police are, beating up on people, or they've shot somebody or whatever,
That's only like 2%.
that's only
of them.
2% of the time.
Yeah.
But it's such big news that
Nobody-
news organizations that
The way they report it, it's just-
that it's
Yeah.
because they want the ratings. They want people to watch. Oh,
So
that's crazy news. So
that right there, and that media has a lot to do with
Yes.
making us look bad.
right.
I mean, despite there being that one officer in, let's say that 1 in 500 or the 2 in 500, the news media is going to broadcast this to anyone they can, and then it's going to be shared through social media and make us look horrible. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of those times, it's not ever the full story. There's never a full story.
It's one-sided.
It's one-sided. You only get one side of the story because whoever was recording it or whoever witnessed it, it's going to be their side, and they can choose to withhold whatever information they feel that's not going to grab people's attention.
Yeah. They're like, they post what they find, what they think other people would find interesting, not what
exactly.
actually matters.
But despite all the negative, thoughts and publications on police and law enforcement, they're still the majority of the country, of our state, of our communities support us, and those people are the ones that we suit up for every day, and that make our job worth doing.
Well, that has been like those fun facts were like spot on, 10 out of 10.
I'll come with some new ones next time.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he's the person to go to if you need any type of facts, because he's very knowledgeable.
Thank you.
This has been an amazing episode
All right.
with our special guest, and we are signing off. I'd like to see you guys later.
All right, bye.
See ya.